So we were discussing about this strange heterogeneous solution called colloids. Okay, colloids. Now, colloids have got a particle size which is between 1 to 100 nanometers, and colloids will show every property of a solution. Colloid is going to show every property of a solution, but is not a solution. So how do you catch colloid? In order to understand that catching technique, we should first understand a phenomenon which is known as Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Now, Tyndall is the name of a person who was associated with the movie industry. Very interesting story. Have you seen horror movies? Right? And then they will show something behind the house, dark scene, and a beam of light through that house. Or sometimes if you see some things which are like, I know, the voice of God, early morning yoga videos, and the sun is shining bright through the forest, you see a beam of light. That thing is happening because what happens is known as a phenomenon called scattering of light. Scattering of light. Right, scattering of light. Light is getting scattered. Who is scattering the light? Like if you see early morning and you see some yoga videos or some nature videos, they will say, Suraj ki roshni se din praram, and they'll show you a huge beacon sort of a thing. It happens due to the suspended particles in air. Suspended particles. Usually you will see that if it is a misty day or a foggy day, the suspended particles are the moisture particles which are there. What they will do, they'll scatter the light. And once they scatter the light, you're going to see that beam or the beacon. And the perfect English sentence that we use, we say that the path of light is visible. Children, try to stitch these words, okay? There is a phenomenon called scattering of light. Due to scattering of light, the sky appears blue, right? The sky appears blue. Now, scattering of light is a phenomenon in which light passes through a medium where there are some suspended particles, and these particles are going to scatter the light. Aisa karne se what happens? The thing that happens is the path of the light becomes visible. Now, say you are watching a movie in a movie theater. From the projection slot to the screen, don't you see the entire beam visible? That is visible because there is a lot of dust and other particles, and through that particles the light is getting scattered. Is this understood? So somebody might ask you to define what is Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is defined as, Tyndall was the person from the movie industry. He actually tried creating this effect in movies. So this effect is known as Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the phenomenon in which light gets scattered due to the particles suspended in the medium through which it is passing. Tyndall effect is something that colloids will also show. Bola tha na, colloid has a particle which is a BTM. It's trying to be mod, but not actually mod. Size is such that it has disguised and gone in between suspension and solution. So see what happens in a colloid. Let's say I have sugar solution. First, let's say sugar solution. This is sugar solution. Means it is a homogeneous solution, sugar solution. So it's a solution. If this is sugar solution, and say suppose children, I hold an illuminated torch out here, right? The path of the light won't be visible. The torch will be visible, but you won't see any path of the light. Are you understanding? There will be illumination, and this whole liquid will be just like a liquid. They won't see any visibility. If this was sugar solution. But if this was milk, or say blood, or say starch, or say ink, once you actually start illuminating your torch, the entire path of the lamp, of the light, will be visible through it. You can do this at home. Did you understand what we are trying to show? Now, why is this happening? This is Tyndall effect, where the light is scattered. As a result, the path of the light is visible. Who is scattering? Those large particles which are bigger than that of solution, but bigger than that of solution, but smaller than suspension, who disguised inside it, who were not visible by my tiny eyes. But when I started to illuminate the torch called snacks, This fellow pronounced it as snacks. So you could be able to capture that this is a colloid. So if you take blood or milk and you actually illuminate the torch, the entire glass band will get illuminated. That's why when you have these white lamps, like nowadays it is called LED lamps. In our childhood, we used to get two type of lamps. One is a glass lamp. Have you seen the glass bulb? That is to be known as an incandescent lamp. So when we used to tell the shopkeeper that give us 160-watt bulb, the shopkeeper will ask, glass or milky? Milky means the one which is completely white. And that used to give a better glow, like the tube lights out here. So it is to undergo scattering. So we used to use the word called milky. I mean, there's no milk inside it. So let us start understanding. Tyndall effect has nothing to do with solutions chapter. Tyndall effect is a phenomenon which is also exhibited by colloids. So in some books we will see what is Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the effect of scattering of light due to the particles of colloid present in it. I will not call this a correct definition. Tyndall effect is seen in forest also, right? Tyndall effect is seen in cinema theater also. Tyndall effect is the scattering of light by the particles of the medium through which light is traveling. What is the outcome of it? The outcome of it is that the path of the light is visible. That phenomenon is seen in colloids also. So if you have a glass of sugar solution and you illuminate your torch, the room will be illuminated and this glass will just be lit up. You won't see a beam of light through it. But if it is starch or blood or ink, or if it is milk and you illuminate your torch, you will be able to see the path of the lamp. And this is the only way you can differentiate whether something is colloid or solution. So tell me, children, solutions, suspensions and colloid. Are you clear now? In your exploration book, they will be taught aage piche. Because since I don't have the book, I am teaching you all these three things together. After that, we will be talking about concentration, solubility. Book to hai. Book is there in PDF. Because my iPad fell down, otherwise the book would have been hanging here. Okay. So we are going to study now something called concentration. We're going to study something about solubility, and then we'll see separation of mixtures. The chapter is all about mixtures. Yeah, please. Yeah, you can ask. Science is all about asking your doubt, children. You don't think that that is a foolish question. You have full right to ask a question. Yeah, tell me.
Asked to pour the starch plus water mixture.
It was asked to pour starch powder or cornstarch plus water. Very good. Yeah.
Kept it aside.
It settled down. That's common. If you are making anything Chinese, say you want to make chicken Manchurian, paneer Manchurian, veg Manchurian. So end of the day, we get that, that heavy, thick gravy which you get. How do you create that gravy? Once everything has been, Chinese is a high flame cooking. See, I love cooking. Chinese is a high flame cooking and we cook that all on thin utensils. Mughal is a low flame prolonged cooking. Therefore, a biryani will be made on very thick vessels. Chinese will be done on wok, tongue. So once you've fried all your vegetables, chicken and everything, now what you'll do, you'll create a fresh solution of cornstarch and you're supposed to pour on it. It will immediately coagulate if you don't stir it, and you're not supposed to heat it too much. If you heat it too much, then by the time you eat it, you won't get that Manchurian effect. You will get all Fevicol-like lumps you will be getting. What she's saying, she prepared cornstarch and she kept it for some time and she saw that water came up and the starch went down. First thing, next time when you're creating cornstarch solution and you want to add it in your cooked food, never ever make it before. It is to be done freshly prepared and immediately. Once you mix it, it will mix properly. At that stage, it is a colloid. But not that stable colloid. Because our friend Rishika kept it, the starch settled down and the water went up. So it became what? Suspension. Through my naked eye, it is clearly visible. So she has made what? Heterogeneous mixture. It has become a suspension. But cornstarch, if you take and do quickly, it is just like a colloid. But ready hand you should do. Even if you are cooking, do not pour what she had. You should again mix it and pour it. Is this clear? All of you who deal cornstarch, and cornstarch is very, very irritating to deal. By the time you open the packet, some powders will sprinkle out. The company that makes it is known as Wickfield. Okay, it will spread out. And if you think you're dropping it in a ball, some more powders will come. It's very powdered and very lightweight. Even by your breath also it will fly away. Yeah.
Stable.
Colloids are stable, but yesterday your cornstarch solution is not that stable colloid. So the condition in which you got it, it was actually a suspension. But starch, I mean, when I say, have you cooked rice? Rice cooking by two ways. One is you can cook rice in cooker, one is by draining. So when you drain, that solution which you're getting is starch. That is actually a colloid. Again, if you leave it for 2 hours, you will see starch has settled below. In fact, in earlier days, certain type of kurtas or saris or dupattas, people used to starch. Starch means, you know, the cloth will become like people who used to wear chaudhary jaisa pagdi, and it has to show like this. So they used to starch it. The fabric becomes very crispy. Okay, understood? No issues? So a little bit of mathematics. Anyone has any queries till now? Solution, suspension, colloid. So we are learning mixtures. In mixtures, we learned about homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixtures can be solutions or alloys. Heterogeneous can be colloids or suspension. And the way you differentiate that, solutions cannot be separated by normal methods of filtration and all. Suspensions, ready hand separable. Colloids, first of all, you have to identify, beta, are you a colloid or not? That you can do by the Tyndall effect. And after that, you can separate it. Those we will see later. So we now go to some mathematics and we talk about something called concentration of a solution. Concentration of a solution. Now chapter is all about mixtures, so solution is a mixture. Okay, now let's say it's peak summers going on and we all would like to have some nimbus or we would like to have some tang, right? I'll take 1/2 liter water. Okay, I have taken 1/2 liter water out here, say, and I have my choice to add 1 tablespoon. I have my choice to add 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Okay, and I have filled how much of water? Let's say I have 300 ml of water. This is constant. 300 ml of water is constant. You tell me if you are making tang for me. Obviously, if I go to Rishika's house to take revenge on me, she will add 8 tablespoons of tang on it. Okay, so she can say that I gave her some refreshment, but the moment you just drink it, it will be so sour. So which one will be more concentrated? Which one do you feel? 1 tablespoon in 300 ml, 2 tablespoon or 3 tablespoon? 2. Why? What about 3?
3.
No, I'm saying which has more concentration. 3. 3 is more concentrated. The more concentrated the tang is, the more sour it will be in taste. Have you understood? So concentration, what does concentration tell us now mathematically? If I now take this question as mathematically, then and chemistry wise, this is my solvent and my tang will be what? Solute. Understood? Now imagine somebody has given you a sample of 1 glass of tang and somebody is making tang for the entire birthday party. They actually have made tang in a bucket, huge amount of tang, and you have the choice to take 1 tablespoon of tang and sip it. You can obviously by your taste buds say if there is a marked difference in concentration, you will be able to say which is more concentrated, which is not. What are you actually measuring? You are actually measuring something like say population concentration. How do we measure population? So we will take the area of Hyderabad and we will take the entire population of Hyderabad and we will divide the population by the area, and then we will say that in a city like Hyderabad, in an area which is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer, then this area will be known as what? 1 square kilometer. We found that there are 400 houses. Understood? Similarly, we went to the outskirts of a city in Australia called Brisbane and we carried out the same test and we found 9 houses only. So which has more population concentration? Hyderabad. But we are now talking in terms of same, like your class test might be on 35, Adya's class test might be on 40. She has scored something, you have scored something. How do I compare both? Take the percentage. Percentage means now we are measuring Adya on 100, you also on 100. No further questionings, right? It's equal scale. So here also the equal scale is per square kilometer, how many houses are there? So we find that Hyderabad is a very thickly populated city. If this was Tokyo, this number would have gone up to 600 in 1 square kilometer. Now she is thinking how 600 can stay. There will be one skyscraper where more and more people will be staying. Yes or no? I think I could understand what you were thinking. So how do we find concentration of a solution? In our solution, this square kilometer should be the solvent, right? And these are the solutes which are present. And if we measure them on one base scale, then we get to know what is the solution concentration. So, okay. So if we want to measure where we have, say, a solute is usually solid. And we have a solvent, which is liquid, which is the most common type, like the tang. Here we will measure concentration in terms of what we call mass concentration. Mass concentration. And what does mass concentration mean? I will be measuring mass of solute. How much solute do I have over volume of solution. This is where people make a big mistake. Not solvent. Volume of solution. Okay. Okay. This is mass by mass concentration. So let's make it then mass itself. Okay. There are 3 types. Your new book deals in 3 types. Mass by mass of solution. This is called mass by mass concentration. It's straight away known as mass concentration. Means mass over mass. Mass of solution, and we will express this as a percentage, so we will put 100%. Did you understand the mathematics behind it? Okay, so let's take it let's be very cautious on it. Say we are having our tang solution. Tang solution. Solution means beta, water is already added. The tang solution comprises of tang, which is my solute. I have 20 grams of tang. I have 20 grams of tang, which I have added in water. My water is what, beta? Solvent. Agreed? And I have got 100 grams of water. 100 grams of water. Water can be measured by mass also. Why not? Right? 100 grams of water. 20 grams of tang is now mixed in 100 grams of water, and we are trying to calculate what is the mass concentration. So don't do 20 over 100. So we have to find out mass of solute. Mass of solute means mass of tang, 20 grams, divided by mass of solution. What is the mass of solution, beta? Mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Many children will do just 20 by 100. No, it is 20 divided by 20 plus 100 grams into 100%. Did you understand this logic or not? I am sure 2-3 तो mistake करेगा exam में. It is not 20 by 100. Solute over solution, not solvent. So gram and gram cancel each other. This is a unitless quantity. Our answer will be what, beta? 20 by 120 into 100. Right? This gone. 2 6 are 12, and 6 with 100 will be how much? 6 1s are 6, 40, and then 6 36, 6 7 42. 6 6 36, then again it will be 40. So 16.67% is the concentration of tang.
Solution has the amount of
No, no, that is solubility. That is solubility. Concentration of a solution, we will define based on what type of concentration are you defining. The first concentration is mass concentration. So in mass concentration, we will say the amount of solute dissolved in 100 gram of a solution is called, see, ultimately percentage means what? 16.67 means what? If the tank solution was 100 gram, then inside it 16.67 grams is tank. I will define everything, I'll write everything, but my first question is, have you actually understood what I'm trying to say? Concentration is a measure of solute in a solution. Concentration is a measure of solute in a solution. One type of concentration that we measure is known as mass concentration. So let's, since I've explained this, let us understand clearly what you mean by concentration of a solution. In bare language, we will say it is a measure of amount of solute present in a given quantity of solution. Amount of solute present in a given quantity of solution. Now that given quantity can be actually differing based on how that given quantity you are trying to measure. Is this clear? Such concentration of a solution can be measured in many ways. The first way was known as mass concentration. Mass concentration is a M by M. Here we take mass of solute over mass of, again you are doing same mistake, mass of solution into 100%. Right? Now try to understand. In our example that we had done so far, in our example, what did we get in our example? We said that tang was 20 grams and it was mixed with 100 grams of water. So my solution mass was 20 grams plus 100 grams multiplied by 100%. Clear? On solving this, I got a value of 16.67% per cent. Per cent. Cent means century. Cent means century. This means 16.67 grams per 100 gram solution. 16.67 grams of tang. Ahan, did you understand this? This is not 16.67 per 100 grams of water, per 100 grams of solution.
16.6667.
16.66, so 16.44 हो जाएगा ना? Try to divide. 100 divided by 6. 16 6 या 96 होता है ना? फिर 40. फिर 16 6 या 96 96. Clear? This is called mass concentration. The more one that we use, more common one, is called M by V concentration. Mass over volume. This makes more sense. So here what we will do, mass of solute over volume of solution into 100. Volume of solution. This you will do a lot of calculations in grade 11 also. This is known as molarity. In grade 11 you will learn this as molarity. So this answer would be something like, here how are you telling your answer? You are telling your answer as 16 grams of tang per 100 gram. So here what we are doing, we are having 16 grams of tang, or say here we'll have say 20 grams of tang is mixed in, and you have to convert this also as solution. The entire solution, say suppose is 120 say liters, because it is in volume. So the answer will come in, whatever answer you get, the answer you will say, it's the same answer will come out. Here we will say the answer as 16 grams tang per 1 liter solution. This is the concentration per 1 liter. Means in 1 liter of the solution, how much is it present? 16 grams is present. This 1 liter can also be measured in terms of centimeter cube. Is that calculation known to you all, or have you forgotten? Ajao. How to measure 1 liter? Pathetic. Volume. How do you measure volume? 1 liter is the volume of a cube of edge 1 decimeter. Try to understand what is 1 liter. How do you get the definition of 1 liter? Beta, these things be very, very clear. Many children till grade 12, they are unable to answer these things. Get your concept absolutely clear. What do you understand by 1 liter? 1 liter means if you had a cube, and this cube is 1 decimeter, 1 decimeter, and 1 decimeter. The amount of water that will be stored out here will be known as 1 liter. Understood? So we can write 1 liter is equal to the volume of this cube will be what? 1 dm into 1 dm into 1 dm. Each dm is what, beta? 10 cm, 10 cm, 10 cm. Therefore, 1 liter is 1000 cm cube. ठीक है? In terms of meter cube, देखो मजा आएगा और थोड़ा मजा आएगा. In terms of meter cube, okay, let's see 1 meter cube. 1 meter cube is 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter. Agreed? Right? Break them into centimeters. 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter. This can be written as 1000 into 1000. See, 1 0 on this side, 1 0 on this side. 1000 into 1000 centimeter cube. Centimeter, 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 centimeter cube. Right? This is equal to 1000. See, concept clear, nothing to fear. This thing you have just read. This is what? 1 meter cube is how many liters? 1000 liters. ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? क्यों ये नहीं समझ में आया? 1000 centimeter cube is what? 1 liter. Now try to visualize this nicely. Now you'll remember for your whole life. See, now I'll give you such a nice example you'll remember throughout your life. And you'll love that. This is a cube. Imagine this cube having an edge of 1 meter. What does 1 meter for a cube mean? Imagine this cube is made of that stick which you find in cloth shop. Dick Jam, Raymond's. Girls, you must be going, dupatta ka kapda lena hai. Have you seen that stick? All of you have seen that cloth stick or not? That cloth stick is how much long? 1 meter. Imagine a cube of that size. Then what is the volume of that cube? 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter, 1 meter cube. In that 1 meter cube, you can actually store the water bottle that you bring to my class is usually 1 liter. 1000 of such water bottle can be stored. That's what the mathematics is telling you. Did you get the idea? 1 meter cube is 1000 liters. The water bottle that we have, now this is a decathlon bottle. This won't be 1 liter. This would be something around, imagine this is 1 liter bottle. If you make a cube of 1 meter by 1 meter, how many such bottles you can empty? 1000 such bottles you can empty. The point is, you all don't learn mathematics this way. You will mug it up. So you don't get the pleasure part of mathematics. In your school days, I also used to mug up. When I went to engineering, a professor just taught me 2 things. I still remember. What is 1 liter? I used to say, sir, 1 meter, 100 centimeter cube, 1000. He said, gadhe, 1 liter is the volume of a cube whose each edge is 1 decimeter. एक बार बोला था. My engineering was from 95 to 99. बहुत अच्छा हो गया. आज भी उसी से डिराइव हो जाता है. 1 meter cube can hold 1000 water bottles. 1000. And each water bottle is roughly a liter. Nice. Did you get it? अभी से ऐसे पढ़ो और किसी को समझाओगे. I would expect that when you talk with your friends, you should tell your friend, hey idiot, come, you learn today what is 1 meter cube. Have you gone to a cloth shop? Then it is very evident that your Gen Z friend will say, cloth shop? Oh, no bro, I've not gone there. Now if he has not seen what is a meter stick, take him to the shop and take that stick and first give him 2 sticks so that he understands what is a stick, meter stick. Yeah, you will get many children. They will say, I don't know what is a 1 meter stick. 1 meter होता है ना कपड़े की दुकान में. So 1 meter, 1 meter. Take. So when we are doing mass by volume concentration, we are having the solute in mass, grams, whereas the solution is measured in liters. Okay? And we'll take problems, don't worry. Yeah.
What makes it different from the first?
Different ways of representing data. Now see, the third one will give you a lot of interest. Alcoholic drinks. What are the alcoholic drinks? Sir, vodka, whiskey, beer, all of you will know by name. Now a beer is said to have 6 to 8%, 8% alcohol V by V. The entire thing is not alcohol. The alcohol component is how much? 6% V by V. So if the alcohol is what? Ethanol. That alcohol is ethanol. You can make it in lab. But they are making it by crushing strawberries and all these things from Poland and grapes from Poland. So it becomes more costly. Now that is 6%. Rest is the solution. Whereas if you have more harder drink like a whiskey, a scotch or a beer, it is 40% V by V. Anything which is 6% and you consume it and you drive, immediately on your breath analyzer it will report. Therefore, if you have been suffering too much from cough and you have taken strong doses of cough syrup, preferably don't drive. Cough syrups have got alcohol in them and they say do not swim after having cough syrup. Already you will not go to swim, you are already in cold, and you might also test positive on breath analyzer because cough syrups contain around Benadryl and all contain 6%. Beer has around 8%. You're just 2% short. So chance hai, because before you, some drunkard must have blown his breath on that traffic police analyzer. So it is already having some environment of alcohol. And you poor fellow did not consume anything, just had medicine and you blew into it. You also go into a non-bailable arrest. Never. Beer and all have a volume concentration of vodka and all have 40%. It will be written in that bottle. 40% V by V. They are not measuring this, they are not measuring this. They are measuring volume by volume. So in that case, solute is also liquid, solvent. Say in older days when there were demons, huh? Adya ekdam aise sun rahi hai, demons. Suppose there were demons and the demons used to have blood for drinking. Le aao, khoon le aao hamare liye. So obviously the assistant will not serve pure blood. Sir, today we have got this Rishi Muni blood, this Devata blood. How will it be poured? They will pour it in some water or something to dilute karke dega na. So the demon is having 40% V by V blood solution. Means in 40% means if it is a 1 liter solution, in that 1 liter, 400 ml is blood only. So rest 600 nahi. Again you are doing the mistake. If it is rest 600, then you are measuring solute and solvent. Bottom is always solution. Both mixed together is 600. Understood? So our third type of solution measurement is V by V. This is called volume concentration. And in this concentration, we will report volume of solute over volume of solution into 100%. Like this tang would have been, had tang been liquid. Suppose tang was liquid, orange squash. This is not tang, this is prepared from orange squash. 16.67, now it will be liter on top, liter below. So it says 16.67 liters, milliliters, it will percentage. Na? So in 1 liter of ठीक है, अब प्रॉब्लम्स करें धीरे धीरे. Once you do problems, everything becomes easy. Shall we? Okay. Let's take the first problem. Our first problem is,
Sir, will you go back to
yeah, why not?
the previous?
Or the previous one, sorry. But when you are actually calculating the liters or these masses, make sure the units are same. They should not be in gram, they should not be in kg. Liter, liter, milliliter, milliliter, deciliter, deciliter. But liter cannot be. I just came from US, I measure everything in ounce. Doesn't work. Ounce, ounce, gallon, gallon, liter, liter, like that. Sir,
You into that tank thing in volume.
tang thing abhi karenge na volume. Why to do tang? We will mix alcohol. Something more interesting. Why are you worried about tang? हम कुछ मजेदार पीते हैं ना. आ जाओ. Our question is something like this. We have a solution, and the solution must contain what? Solute and solvent. But you are very biased. Such sort of a solution is called binary. You may mix 2-3 things also. 1 चम्मच जीरा पाउडर, 1 चम्मच धनिया पाउडर, 1 चम्मच मिर्ची पाउडर, आमचूर पाउडर. So 4 solutes you have dropped. Then it's a pentatonic solution, not binary. Okay. So we have got a solution. Stop, Alexa. Alexa, stop. My life is miserable. One side Alexa, one side this one. Okay. Right. Solution. So I have a solution, and this solution contains 30 grams sugar, 30 grams sugar dissolved in 370 grams water. Children, what is the solute? What is the solute? Sugar. What is the solvent? Water. What is the solution? Sugar solution. Sugar solution. Binary. What should we calculate here? Obviously mass concentration. Both are given in mass. So we are going to calculate mass concentration. Mass concentration is defined as mass of solute over mass of solvent. Agreed or not? Very good. Very good. That means your ears are open. Mass of solution into 100%. So what is the mass of solute? 30 grams over 30 plus 370 grams multiplied by 100%. 30 grams over 400 grams into 100%. 0, 0 gone, 0, 0 gone. 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10. 5 3s are 15 divided by 2. That is 7.5%. Did we understand? 7.5%. Understood? So if you want to make it more concentrated now, how do you make it more concentrated? You add more sugar or you reduce the water. Then also the concentration will be same. Sometimes while cooking, right, you might have made something which is now tasting more salty. Hey, cooking master, do you know if there is extra salt, how to take care of it? You can't add water. It is a very kadai paneer sort of thing. How to take care of that extra salt? 2 ways. Cut a potato into slices, kacha potato, and put them into the curry. The kacha potato, due to osmosis, will take out all salt. But you have to again trace out all the potatoes. Or else, if you have atta dough in your house, which is kept for making puri or roti, take one atta dough, just make it like a matri and put it into the curry. It will absorb all extra salt. और नहीं तो फिर लोगों को नमकीन वाला सब्जी खिला देना, इतनी मेहनत कौन करेगा? You make cook it again, because in this weather when you are cooking there is salt that you add, and some salt from your forehead will also fall, making it more salty. Huh? If you add other spices, salt cannot be taken care of. It can be, no, it can be taken care of if a person is eating it with rice and he has to add, no, shakkar will destroy the taste. That's why I say it is not like that. Shakkar will, too much sweet and sour will never give you good taste. It will taste like ORS. ORS is what? ORS combination is simple. Suppose you're running diarrhea and you don't have ORS packet. What should you do? 4 times of sugar mixed with 1 time of salt. Mix it in 1 liter. 4 tablespoons sugar, 1 tablespoon salt. You should know these as first aid. This is ORS. उसका जो टेस्ट है ना, आपके पनीर में भी वही टेस्ट आएगा फिर. हाँ.
That you bring the sweet sour lemon soda, then what do you bring?
Sweet sour lemon soda. Sweet sour lemon soda is drunk, my dear. Sweet sour paneer is not eaten. Do you get it or not? You can sell it from your shop saying that this is a special continental paneer, you know, made with love. Like people in our Pebble City sell. They will be selling all their children old clothes, but they will say pre-loved. They are selling what you call baby toilet pots, saying that sparingly used, as if the baby has never passed urine since birth. Sparingly used, pre-loved. अरे तुम्हारा बच्चा उसमें सुसु किया है, इसमें pre-loved क्या है? What is so pre-loved about selling a toilet pot? Pre-loved. Selling some pre-loved clothes. What pre-loved clothes? पहन पहन के फेंक रहे हो. Don't give me all those stories. I would say wear one t-shirt, but wear it new. Okay. Shall we? Our next question, children. Our next question. 110 gram copper sulfate, CuSO4. This means copper sulfate. Write it. Copper sulfate is present in 550. Look how to play with numbers. You must be only interested in writing the question. 11 and 55 divisible. Chumeshwari numbers. 550 grams of copper sulfate solution. Right? Calculate the concentration. What concentration will you calculate? Mass concentration. Why volume? Both are given in mass. What nonsense. तुमसे तो नमकीन सब्जी बनेगा 100%. है ना? So we say mass concentration is equal to mass of solute. You all don't write this formula. Therefore, you don't learn. Life is not about shortcut. So how much? 110 grams. Now, please don't add these two. Sasti, you don't add these two now because this is already in solution. So this will be now 550 grams into 100%. GG gone. 0 gone. 11 5s are 55. 20. So this is a 20% concentration by mass. By mass. You understood? Excellent, children, you all are. Shall we go to the next question? Okay. Let's take the next question. हाँ बोलो. अब तुम्हारा काम करेंगे. लिक्विड में लिक्विड डुबोएंगे. See how nicely she writes. All like the size of a green pea. मटर जैसे दाने. Shall I continue? Next question. Okay, aa jao. Our next question. Our next question is, we have a solution. We have a solution, and this solution contains 50 ml of alcohol. 50 ml of alcohol. Okay. And this is mixed with, you're mixed with 150 ml of water. Calculate concentration. What concentration would you like to calculate here? Volume concentration. Read the question properly. So we would say concentration, or here it will be volume concentration is volume of solute over volume of solution multiplied by 100%. What is the volume of solute, sir? Alcohol is my solute. Solution is 50 gram milliliter of alcohol mixed with 150 ml of H2O. Yes or no? Into 100 percent, which is 50 over 200 into 100 percent. 0, 0, 0, 0. 25% concentration by volume. Do you understand? The vodka or the whiskey or the scotch is even more concentrated, almost double of this, 40%. And people have so much of courage that after consuming that, they drive. And every drunkard, after when he gets into the steering, he says, what, you know? अरे मेरा कंट्रोल ना बेस्ट है when I drink. नहीं, accident करो, please die. I always say please die because one job will increase, one population will come down, and one job seeker will come down, competition will come down. But don't kill an innocent person on the road. Drunken driving is the biggest offense someone can make. If you can enjoy party in a pub and drink, you can also spend some money to hire a driver for that night or take a cab. Drunken driving is equal to murder. Your senses are, your reflexes weaken like anything, but every drunken guy will say, यार मेरा कंट्रोल ना बहुत अच्छा हो जाता है पीने के बाद. पानी पीने से कुछ नहीं हुआ, ब्लड में चला गया ना ये. Alcohol is readily absorbed by blood. That's why drink water. First of all, don't drink. What is the good thing about drinking? I'm so happy. Today is a new year. We drank a lot. I told you, the Jupiter guy looks at you and says, look at that moron. He just completed one round around his star and he is getting intoxicated. Okay. Could you do this problem? One more? Okay, one more. Our next question is 2 ml of acetone. Acetone is something which is there in nail polish remover and everything, which you love that smell, na? Yes. Oh, you get irritated? I didn't know. I love that. Okay. No, many people have that. 2 ml acetone. 2 ml acetone is present in 45 ml acetone is present in 45 ml acetone aqueous solution. Aqueous means पानी मिलाया हुआ. Acetone solution. Calculate concentration. Now children, the solution itself is 45 ml. Do you get it? 45 ml solution के अंदर 2 ml acetone डुबकी मार के बैठा है. चलो आ जाओ. So we say volume concentration is equal to volume of solute divided by volume of solution into 100%. The volume of solute is 2 ml over 45 ml into 100. So 5 into 20, 5 9s are 45. 40 divided by 9. 9 4s are 36. 4.44%. Have we understood? Very good. Ten minutes. छोटा एक टॉपिक कर लेते हैं. छोटा. 4, 23, 17, 23. 7 minutes are there. छोटा सा topic. Solubility. We have already discussed. Right. Our next topic, and then in next class we can go for separation. फिर खत्म हो जाता है. Our next topic is all about something called solubility. What do you mean by solubility? How much of solute can you dissolve in a solution or in a solvent? Okay, how much of solute can you dissolve in a solvent, right? So if you have a solution, in this solution I have got something which is solute. Typically for your sense the solute is solid, or if it can be a liquid also, whatever it is. So let's go by solid. Let's take this as salt, right? And let's take a solvent which is water. Water. You take a measured volume of solvent, and if you add more solute, then you call that solution as a more concentrated. And if you add less solute, you say less concentrated. Is this thing understood? Now, question arises, how much salt can I keep on dissolving? But salt, because the water particles will have spaces, salt will go and occupy their space. So let's say I started with something called, say, 1 kg water. And in 1 kg water, have you seen that movie called, or that series called Stranger Things? And if LL and the Stranger Things first episode, that salt bath, they will keep on checking with that egg. The egg has to float. Only then the density has increased. So what they are doing, they're going on pouring salt into water, and you are making it concentrated salt solution. And the English word for that is known as brine. B-R-I-N-E, brine. Brine is a concentrated salt solution. Okay, so you're making it concentrated water, and all the salt is disappearing. But after some time, no more salt will disappear. At that time, I will say that the solution is saturated. Then you can apply some trick. You can use some stirrers and stir it. It will dissolve. No, will not heat. We'll just stir it. It will dissolve. Then again, add some more salt. After that, no more is possible. That time we call it super saturated. Saturated, super saturated. So if I want to define solubility, okay, at that moment, if you would have added more water into the swimming pool, I could have added more salt in it. So something we have to freeze some quantity in order to define solubility. Solubility means the maximum solute. Just try to understand. The maximum solute that you can dissolve in 100 grams solvent. Wait, we are not done. That means take 100 grams of water and check how much solute can you dissolve in it. You will call that solubility? Not yet correct. What if when you are trying to do this, I increase the temperature of the environment? More salt will go in. What if I increase the atmospheric pressure? That means we have to freeze 2 more parameters. And for that we will write at a given temperature and pressure is called solubility. So we will say, what is the solubility of salt in water? I will say your question is incomplete. Under what conditions do you want me to check it? Sir, under normal room conditions. So the temperature would be around 30 degrees centigrade and the pressure is around 1 atmosphere. Now you check that in 100 grams of water, how much of salt is. We have taken salt of 2 brands, say Tata salt and Ashirwad salt, and we are adding them. So we will say Tata salt solubility is blah blah. Ashirwad salt solubility is blah blah. It is the amount of salt that you are able to dissolve in how much beta? 100 grams of water in the same temperature and pressure condition. Because if you change these two, the solubility will immediately change. Neither can you do more dilution, neither can you flicker the temperature, nor can you fluctuate the pressure. So whenever you define solubility, three conditions keep in mind. किसमें मिला रहे हो वो फ्रोजन होना चाहिए, कैसे मौसम में मिला रहे हो वो भी फ्रोजन होना चाहिए. So how do we define solubility? Amount of solute, the maximum amount of solute that can be dissolved in 100 gram of a solvent at a given temperature and pressure, or with the temperature and pressure kept constant at a given temperature. So whenever we say solubility, solubility differs. The way salt dissolves in Hyderabad will not be the same way salt will dissolve in Leh. There the atmospheric pressure is less. That's why if you take, have you taken wafers, packets, chips and all, if you take to Leh and you buy them from Delhi, they will be all normal potato wafers. By the time they go to Leh, they will just become like pillows, big things. And you can experience that because the atmospheric pressure has reduced. The internal nitrogen pressure is now winning the battle. That's why you have nose bleeding. What is nose bleeding? There is blood pressure inside my artery. And who is balancing it? Atmospheric pressure. If atmospheric pressure reduces, blood pressure increases. So it punctures out from my ears and nose. Similarly, that Ruffles lace pack which you bought from Chandigarh while going to Leh will now become like a kaboom, pop करके फटेगा. ठीक है? So in our next class, we will be going with difference techniques for differentiation. Thank you for joining, and there is no change of class timings because I have my doc appointment on Saturday, so I don't disturb anyone now. Okay.